Lawmakers reacting to a Scripps news investigation that exposed communication gaps in a system that is supposed to protect children. National investigative reporter Lori Jane Galiha is live now with an update in the ongoing series, Poisoned: Fentanyl's Child Victims.
Yeah, Liz, late last year, we exposed important details in the deaths of two Colorado children who were killed by fentanyl. In both cases, police did not communicate with child welfare workers about potential risks for the children before they died. So we decided to take what our investigative reporting found to the Colorado Capitol to see what lawmakers think should be done about this communication gap. And they already have ideas on both sides of the aisle.
A Colorado Republican state senator.
You know, what you reported on, I think, indicates we do need to have more communication.
And a Democrat state representative.
Especially having seen your story, I think it's critical that we take a look and see what is missing in the breakdown in that communication.
Both reacting to a national Scripps news investigation exposing communication gaps in the deaths of two Colorado toddlers, both from fentanyl, in two separate incidents.
Looks like we got one unconscious female. Okay. We do have a child in the back of the seat.
Okay. In each case Scripps News brought to light, the children's parents had a drug-related run-in with police with their child present months before each child died. But police in each case never alerted child welfare workers that the children might be in danger. It's important to note these deaths happened a few years ago, but some details of the incidents didn't become public until 2024. That's when Scripps News obtained several videos and records revealing what happened.
She's not breathing. She has a pulse. Let's get her in and we'll start bagging.
This is video from the first case in Aurora, when first responders revived a mom with the opioid reversal antidote Narcan after she passed out behind the wheel with her baby in the car.
Come over here for me, okay?
And this is video from the other separate case miles away, when police pulled over that baby's father while he had the child in the car and arrested him for drug and child abuse charges. In both situations, police failed to follow their own department's protocol to alert child welfare workers. Meanwhile, the children were later exposed to drugs in their homes. We obtained this video showing drug use around one of the children just hours before she died. Our investigation found there is not a specific statewide requirement that calls for Colorado police officers to report child abuse and neglect cases to Child Protective Services, according to the State Office of the Attorney General, though many individual departments do have policies that require this. Colorado state lawmakers say the communication gap needs to close.
And the breakdown here is the communication between the police and Child Protective Services are an agency that can help the children.
So should there be something that requires the police then to make sure that they're also reporting to child welfare?
Yeah, and I don't think that's as hard to get done as it may seem.
Certainly, if there's legislation or work we need to do to improve that communication, I would want to take a look at that.
The governor of Colorado, Jared Polis, also responded to our investigation. His office gave us this written statement, which reads in part, Governor Polis is disheartened by these stories and committed to ensuring that law enforcement properly notifies and coordinates with state agencies to ensure the safety of all Colorado children. Governor Polis is open to ideas that keep our kids safe and prevent this type of communication breakdown from occurring again. Beyond Colorado, our Scripps News investigation found similar communication gaps. In Louisiana, police conducted a drug raid at a home weeks before 2-year-old Mitchell Robinson was poisoned by fentanyl and died. But child welfare workers had no record of being contacted by law enforcement, according to a state investigation. For those who are unable to speak for themselves, like the children in Colorado, many people in power are now speaking up on their behalf, looking for ways to improve a system that is supposed to protect them.
And in one of those Colorado cases, one of the police agencies told us it has since done an audit and training to address communication breakdowns in child abuse cases. The other department told us an officer, Liz, was disciplined in connection with its case.
These are such tragic stories, Lori Jane. You also mentioned another case with a documented communication gap in Louisiana. We saw that there at the end. Have you seen this kind of problem in other states too?
Yes, we have seen a lot of cases in which caregivers have had drug-related run-ins with their kids present prior to the children being poisoned. But it's not always easy to pinpoint whether there were communication gaps because there is so much secrecy with these cases. In one state, for example, we know authorities did a drug raid at a home before a child died. But when we asked a bunch of questions about this, nobody would answer our questions about whether child welfare was alerted to this. And we might not find out about that until this case goes through the court and is closed, Liz.
Yeah. In these Colorado cases, is the Child Welfare Agency aware of the communication gaps? Are they doing anything to address this?
Yes, they are definitely aware of this. This has been a problem that we've seen in annual reports repeatedly over close to a decade. When we asked what they're doing about it, the state agency that oversees child welfare told us that they are starting a work group to address these gaps. But Liz, that is still in its preliminary phases.
Lori Jane, thank you so much for bringing us this reporting. I know you'll stay on this and keep following up. National investigative reporter Lori Jane Gliha in Denver for us. Thank you.